Imagine you're a poor Black girl from rural small town Georgia in 1960. You're pregnant. We, the reader, never find out by who, by the way, and you don't want to be. Keywords there, want to be. What would you do? Who would you go to for help? And what worlds might exercising your burgeoning sense of free will, sense of self, desire for, and sense of self-possession, self-determination, and self-obligation, first and foremost, open up? These are the questions that Mia McKenzie explores in These Heathens, a hilarious and deeply moving coming-of-age novel told from the point of view of the female main character, Doris, who is older now and looking back on the events and aftermaths of the weekend that she spent in Atlanta in search of an abortion with the help of her teacher, Miss Lucas, and Mrs. Lucas's friends. This was a quick, satisfying, but extremely compelling read. I read most of it in a day, and Doris's story is one that's going to stick with me for a while. This book pulled me in from the first page and kept me interested in the story until it ended. I loved how Mackenzie used the genre of fiction to attend to queer Black life in the 60s, the civil rights movement, ideas about domesticity, motherhood, and womanhood, as well as Roe versus Wade, from the experiences and ideas of multiple characters as seen through the eyes of Doris. The most important idea operating for me in this novel is that Black girls and women are allowed to want to be themselves and ultimately to choose the life that they lead. And these desires don't have to be justified or explained to anybody else. Mackenzie also interrogates this notion of heathenness, which I talk about more in my Substack review of the book. And so if self-possession and being true to oneself and who one is and what one wants and one desires makes Doris and the women who help her and who she meets over the course of the weekend so-called heathens, then so be it, right? Self-possession, self-obligation, and self-determination are absolutely worth it. This book for me was 5 out of 5. It was 10 out of 10. I highly recommend that you read it. It was just beautifully written. The story was beautifully rendered. The themes were beautifully explored. The characters were beautifully developed and attended to. It was just all around a fantastic novel that I know I'm going to be thinking about for a long time. So I wanted to tell you about it. And if you're interested in a longer review of the book, as well as some historical monographs that you could read to learn more about the history that Mackenzie is exploring in the novel, I have a list of those as well as my longer review on my Substack, Reading and Making.